Welcome to the Watch Talk Fun podcast. My name is Griffin.
And I'm Rob.
And today we're going to be talking about a whole bunch of different things. First, I want to start off with something light. And let me see if I can...
Is it light and buttery? Flaky?
So I just need to look at that real quick.
Sorry, the mission bonus is blocked.
The bonus
unless you
mission.
pre-order Assassin's Creed Origins.
GameStop. Power to the players. This is a real advertisement.
Yeah.
And it is labeled, and this is how you lose sales. So like, what,
I mean, at least they're being upfront about it finally.
Yeah, it's... I don't know. Like, a lot of the people are obviously upset about it because I think one person said the top comment on Reddit right now is, at least take me out to dinner before you fuck me. Oh, sorry, my wallet is blocked unless you sell me the whole game. So people are obviously have some strong feelings about that. What do you think?
But it's the same thing that happens every time a big game comes out. It's like people forget every 3 to 4 months that like DLC is a thing, and like retailer exclusive DLC has been around almost as long as DLC itself.
Okay.
So I don't know why people continue to be like shocked and outraged every time a major release comes out and there's DLC tied to a pre-order bonus or buying it from a specific store. I mean, it's shitty. It sucks.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
it's how things are. It's that there is this like rolling outrage that happens on almost every new release now. It's like, I don't know. Maybe it's an indication of like new people getting into games all the time or something. I'm not really sure. Or like new people finding communities about games and they're kind of experiencing this like wave of hype and disappointment for the first time. Maybe that's what it is.
Maybe.
It just seems strange to me because like it has been every single major release for at least the past like 6 years has been like this, you know?
Well, I mean, like, I know that that like Overwatch had like pre-order skins, which weren't like, that's the only one that I can remember that had a pre-order bonus. I honestly haven't bought a game in a long time.
Oh yeah.
But
well,
at least...
Overwatch's pre-order stuff, if it's the thing I'm thinking you're talking about,
like it wasn't part
like,
of the game. Like it was like skins.
Yeah, it's like the Origin skins, right?
No, well, the Origin edition comes with the skins regardless.
Okay, I wasn't sure if those were the thing you were talking about because I was
Yeah.
gonna say like on PC you can buy the game for $40, and then if you want to pay $20 more, you can upgrade to the Origins edition that comes with all those skins and stuff.
Yeah.
Whereas the console versions, it's just the $60 package, which I guess now is a Game of the Year edition that comes with a bunch of other skins and stuff. I'm not really sure what else is in there, but
I was unaware.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with that, let's jump into some other stuff. One of the biggest things that happened over the weekend was the the McDonald's Szechuan sauce fiasco.
Ah, yes, I did hear about this quite loudly from many sources.
Well, first of all, apparently it's like they're coming back with the Szechuan sauce in the winter time, like in force.
Now, are they going to actually do this as like a proper licensed tie-in this time, or is McDonald's still going to just like kind of do whatever they want with this thing? Because apparently the guys behind the show like had no idea this was going to happen, and they had nothing to do with it. Like McDonald's went and did this whole, decided to
of course
market,
they did,
to come out with the Szechuan sauce on their own.
I mean, they saw the immense amount of fans being like, we want the Szechuan sauce, and they're like, we can make so much money.
Yeah, but then they were like, hey, let's send like 30 packets to a city.
Yeah, that was their that was a little stupid.
I don't know how the hell that happened. Like, that's one of those things that when somebody high up at McDonald's leaves the company in like 20 years, that's going to be one of those things that like finally comes out, the true story behind it, you know, because they're never going to admit any kind of big fuck up right now. They're gonna do the typical PR thing, like, oh, the outpouring of support and the fan appreciation, whatever, was so much higher than we expected.
I mean, that's what they're saying. Apparently, they didn't realize how much of, like, I can kind of see that because they're a company. They might not be in tune with how insane the fan base is for that kind of stuff.
I know, but they have PR departments. They have social media departments. They have people whose job it is to go onto places like Reddit and like see what people are into. And you cannot be on the internet in 2017 and not hear about fucking Rick and Morty everywhere.
This is true. But the tweet, I'm kind of just paraphrasing this. Apparently, in our super limited batch, the well-intentioned clearly wasn't near enough to meet that demand. Not cool. We agree. So we're gonna make this right. In the last 24 hours, we worked to open any portal necessary, and it worked. Apparently, it's coming back again this winter. Instead of being a one-day only and limited to select restaurants, we're bringing a lot more, so that any fan who's willing to do whatever it takes for Szechuan sauce will only have to ask for it at a nearby McDonald's.
I mean, really, that's what they should have done in the first place, was just, if they want to test the product, do it like they normally do, and do it in like a restaurant out in Ohio or something like that. Don't do it, don't make a big deal out of it and then send like a half dozen packets to, a couple stores in a city or something like that. Like, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, they didn't really do it. They fucked up. Let's just say it as it is. They fucked up.
Yeah. It's just like the way they went about fucking it up makes absolutely no sense.
Yeah. Woefully unprepared.
Yeah. Although I will say the very dedicated fans that showed up to get this sauce didn't exactly handle it in the best possible way when they found out that the supply was as limited as it was.
I think what's his name? Justin Roiland. He actually tweeted out, he's like, we had no part in this. Please be nice to the employees. It's not their fault.
Right, yeah. And no one making minimum wage deserves to deal with a fucking giant angry mob of, let's face it, people that probably haven't showered in a few days.
Yeah. You mean high-class intellect.
Yeah. Euphoric individuals.
Yes. All right, let's see. We got... I guess I'll just talk about this.
So CRISPR. I went to Dunkin' Donuts this morning, and I feel like I got ripped off because they had this deal going on where you could get 2 breakfast sandwiches for $5.
So, wait. Restart that story?
It's not even like a real story.
Oh, no, I want to hear
just
it.
Filling... No, so I went to Dunkin' Donuts this morning, right? Like, I go there far too often for breakfast as it is.
Yeah. I mean,
I noticed...
America wakes up on Dunkin'.
It's America runs on Dunkin'.
Shut the fuck up. I know what the fucking ticket. But yes, you are right.
So I was at the drive-thru and I noticed a sign that was 2 breakfast sandwiches for $5. And what I usually get when I go there is I like eggs, but I don't like Dunkin' Donuts egg for some reason.
Okay.
So I get a croissant with bacon and cheese because their egg sucks. Like, I'd probably 30% of the time they fuck it up and I get egg anyway, but I don't really care. And then I get like an iced coffee, and that's my breakfast.
Okay.
So I noticed they had a sign that was 2 sandwiches for $5, and it's like 4 something for 1 normally anyway.
That sounds pretty amazing.
So I was like, all right, that sounds like a pretty good deal. I'll just do that, and then I'll have food for later. So I ordered the sandwiches, ordered my coffee, and it cost like $10. And I was very confused, but I was like, I don't know, it was too early. It was so early in the morning. I was just so tired. I didn't want to deal with it.
Yeah.
So I paid the exorbitant fee for my larger than necessary breakfast. And now it's bothering me because I feel like I paid too much money.
You should write a strongly worded email.
I've actually written to Dunkin' Donuts a couple times to complain about the one near my house that I don't go to anymore. So, like, there was like a 2-week span where I went there like 6 times and every single time got the wrong order. So I wrote to Dunkin' Donuts corporate and complained, and I just got like a generic email back, like thanking me for contacting them.
Yeah, right. I mean, it sounds like a fucking money laundering scheme, but so I mean that's unfortunate about your Dunkin' story.
Very.
And other similarly important news. CRISPR Gold fixes shit. I probably should have figured out how to pronounce this. CRISPR Gold fixes muscular dystrophy mutation in mice with a single injection, apparently. Let me just see. Yeah, single injection, the new delivery system, CRISPR Gold, into mice with this muscular dystrophy led to an 18 times higher correction rate and a twofold increase in strength and agility tests compared to control groups.
So CRISPR is just like somebody came back from space and figured out like chaos magic, and then they decided to like liquefy it and inject it into shit, right? Is that what this whole thing is basically?
No, CRISPR is it's a type of delivery system that rewrites portions of DNA.
Right, chaos magic.
Yeah, yes. It's gene editing. So essentially, obviously it works. It's what they're saying is, first of all, this is only mice. They've never done it on humans, I don't think. Don't quote
Probably
me on
not.
that.
Human testing is like extremely difficult to get funding for and approval.
But they essentially, this kind of proves that in at least like older, like, you know, developed mice, CRISPR can alleviate symptoms of genetic diseases.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
It's incredibly awesome.
Yeah.
It can't cure it. It can't cure it, but they think that, I mean, with if they edited stem cells, obviously there's a much higher chance of that shit going away. Right,
because you're changing the gene before it even like really turns into something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's really cool. The implications are amazingly enormous.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about maybe not necessarily in our lifetime, but this system is something that could potentially like eradicate a lot of serious genetic conditions.
I mean, you say not in our lifetime, but you do realize how fast technology is improving, right?
Yeah, but to actually,
I mean, people are giving estimates to about like 2 to 5 decades max.
So that's when it's going to be at the point where like we can make the significant changes to the genome and
oh, you're saying eradicating genetic diseases?
And we know what genes exactly to turn on and off to prevent these things, but that's going to be 10 to 20 years before we figure out how to do that. Then to actually implement that on a like even a nationwide scale, not even a global scale, it's going to take decades more beyond that.
True.
I don't know. Once it's definitely going to be cool, like, to see how this thing progresses.
Oh, absolutely. It's amazing.
Because it sounds like the closest we've come to, like, really obtaining the power of God in a weird way.
True. And there's actually, I mean, there's been ethical arguments posed, like, and kind of counterintuitive ones, too. So let's say you have a baby, and the doctor's like, this baby is going to have this genetic disease. It's going to struggle through life. At a certain point, this CRISPR technology might be available so they can say, you know, even in utero, hey, this baby is showing, like, we did some tests somehow, and we figured out that this baby is going to have autism. And they said, for this amount of money, we can fix that. We can get rid of the autism. We can genetically change that to have that happen. And the argument is, well, that's playing God, right? But at a certain point, the argument is postulated that it might start to become unethical not to do it, right? Because you're actively choosing to put a person into the world with a debilitating disease when it's easy, painless, and has no side effects. You know, assuming it gets to that point.
Right. Yeah.
So it's just kind of like, I mean, like, what do you think?
Because
I'd be all for it. I'd be like, yeah, save my child from having a lifetime of suffering, please. I'm not saying that autism is suffering. I'm kind of past that. I'm like talking about like muscular dystrophy, or, you know.
Right. Yeah. I mean, like, if I had a choice between like, okay, say I'm gonna have a baby, and they're like, it's going to be autistic, but if we do this thing, it won't be. Like, yeah, I'm gonna pick to not have my child be autistic and have to it's not even necessarily a handicap, because there's plenty of like amazingly brilliant people that are somewhere on the autism spectrum. But
yeah. I mean, I'd still say it's a handicap in some regard. I'm not saying
right, because it depends on how, like, to what degree they have it. That, you know,
I mean, well,
affects
even if they
how functioning they are, and if they'll be able to take care of themselves as an adult, that kind of thing. You know,
and like, I mean, ADHD is technically a handicap. Like it
right, yeah,
you're not operating, you know, neurotypically.
Right.
Like if the technology was available to make it so I didn't have ADHD, that would be amazing. Apparently, scientists from the Douglas Mental Health University's Scientists from the Douglas Mental Health University Institute's Translational Neuroimaging Laboratory at McGill have developed an algorithm that reliably detects signs of dementia before its onset.
Interesting.
Yeah. Holy shit. And this is, of course, this is done with machine learning could make it easier. This is how our end starts. Because this is amazing until it starts thinking more and more and more like, well, I can help these patients cure dementia. And then it figures out the cure. And it's just like, you know, more and more people have dementia. And it's like, well, something's wrong. I'll just get rid of the dementia entirely. And then there's no more humans because it killed everyone. You know, like, that's what we need to be careful of. But it's, I don't know, This is amazing. This is huge.
I mean, dementia, Alzheimer's, like, those are great examples of things that CRISPR could potentially wipe out.
This is true. Yeah.
And there is absolutely no way a family that has dealt with somebody losing someone to Alzheimer's or even dementia and watching what that does to a person, no one's gonna say, oh no, that, you know, we shouldn't stop that from happening. We shouldn't make that an impossibility. You know, if we have the ability to fix that and make it not happen, that's something that there probably is a moral obligation to do.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's talk about why I can't think of anything bad to say about Undertale. Even though this is like way, like, months. Wait, how long? When did Undertale come out?
Last year.
All right, so this is a year bandwagon. Like, we chased the bandwagon down and we jumped onto it. Because listen, this is like real talk. I hate things. I hate a lot of things.
No.
I can find a lot of things. I can find a lot of reasons to hate most things. I'm having trouble figuring out what to hate about Undertale.
Oh yeah.
Aside from the one thing that I guess I could say is a bit annoying is how, like, what I was talking about with the Undying boss. I'm not going to go into details just in case spoilers, because this is one game that I definitely think should not be spoiled ever.
Uh-huh.
The way to beat Undying in the pacifist run is really counterintuitive. Like, I had to look it up in order to figure out how to beat her.
Oh, wow.
And I didn't like that, because I could figure out most of the other things, you know. You check the enemies, and then it says, oh, they like to do this, and then like the options you're given, you can go, oh, okay, I probably should pick this.
Yeah.
And so I guess what I'm saying is that maybe I'm just too stupid. But with some of the enemies, I legitimately couldn't figure out how to beat them. Like, I wasn't getting good enough feedback on how, like, if what I was doing was even working.
Yeah, some of them it is very vague.
Yeah. But besides that, I mean, difficulty-wise, in terms of dodging the bullets or whatever when you're fighting, that's actually awesome. Like,
see, that's one of the things I'm not crazy about, is the whole combat system with having to dodge shit and, like, You know, especially doing a pacifist run because that's all you do.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I know it can only be so complex, being that it's like supposed to be like a 16-bit RPG kind of.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's just one of the reasons I haven't really just like sat down, because I know it's not a super long game.
Yeah, and that's actually a point in its favor. I feel like if it went on too much longer, it would have gotten tedious. I think it's like a perfect length.
Right. Well, it's designed to be replayed at least 3 times, right? For all the
twice,
endings.
technically. The third ending, like getting the neutral ending and then getting the pacifist ending. Like I said, you can use the same save file from the neutral one, and you can.
Oh, right. Okay.
And just by doing a couple things, you can actually then change the ending from there.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool that it works that way.
And like the final boss in the true pacifist, the final boss, who will not be named, felt legitimately challenging. Even in the neutral one, the final boss was legitimately challenging.
Huh.
And in fact, when I look back at it, all the bosses were challenging to the point where I knew, and I did lose a couple times, and I'm like, there's a very real chance of me losing. This isn't just like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, they really nailed the difficulty. You know how some games, it's either so hard it's stupid.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Dark Souls and like Bloodborne, how it's really hard, but it's all you. The game isn't fucking with you.
Right. Nothing ever really feels cheap.
Yeah. And it's like really satisfying when you actually do beat them.
Yep.
And when you make it through the hell that is one of the last bosses. And it really is hell. Like, I was looking at it, I'm like, how am I supposed to actually beat this? And I did. I did beat it. I was like, okay, Jesus Christ. I got really close to not beating it. And it was really tense, and it felt tense through the gameplay.
Huh.
Yeah. So, I mean, like I said, aside from those, I mean, I wouldn't say they're minor. I'd say they're kind of annoying, the whole can't figure out how to beat a boss thing.
Mm-hmm.
But aside from that, it's really good. I love that game.
Yeah, I mean, I need to play it more, but I will say that at the very least, like, all the music I've heard so far has been really great.
Oh, the music is incredible, yeah.
Yeah. And everything was made by the same guy, right? That Toby Fox, I think.
Yeah, more or less. So he had some help with this Temmie girl.
Huh.
Which, I'm sorry, but there's this whole Temmie town that is filled with Temmies that are these dog creatures that can't speak correctly.
Uh-huh.
Imagine lolcat speech. But, no, just imagine that, right?
Yeah.
It's like that level of broken and guaranteed to have rabid people online typing like that because they think they're funny.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that type of thing, that's not common, but again, that's one of those things that as people are exposed to, like, memes in general, I think, everyone kind of goes through a phase where they do that, where they think it's funny to do, like, whether it's all caps or just, like, talking like lolcats or something like that, you know?
Yeah. I mean, Undertale is one of those games that the fan base almost makes, the fan base almost makes you not want to play it, except that Undertale is legitimately really amazing. Mm-hmm. So I never really got that blockade from playing it, like with the fan base.
Oh, yeah.
It's like sort of there. That's not the same for Homestuck. So Homestuck is apparently really awesome. Like, I looked at the synopsis, like the general theme of it, which is something about like they get a video game, and the video game, like, they start it up and it ends the world.
Huh.
And then they have to try, like, and then it's a comic from that point forward, right?
Yeah.
But the comic utilizes, animated GIFs inside of the comic, stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
So it's more interactive. It's not just still frames. I'm like, that sounds really cool. It's been going on for a long time. I'm like, that's really awesome. But I haven't read it because the fan base makes me want to kill myself.
Huh. Now I'm surprised, because Homestuck's like 10 or 15 years old now, isn't it? That's been going on for a long ass time.
Look it up.
I'm just surprised the fan base is still like at that level.
Let's see.
Because I feel like I don't hear about it very much anymore.
Wait, this is Homestuck? Oh my god.
Did you just have an epiphany?
I've done this before. Like, I remember this.
I was gonna say Homestuck has been around a long time, and it was real big for a little while. So,
the website is MS Paint Adventures. That's what I remember. I don't remember Homestuck. I remember MS Paint Adventures.
well, isn't that what it started as, or like that was like a portion of it or something?
That's what the website's called, and that's what like it says MS Paint Adventures up top, and then the first panel says Homestuck.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, but then it turned into its own thing called Homestuck.
Mm. But when did that start? Because I feel like
2009.
webcomics. 2009. Okay, so that's not as old as I thought it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that was like the webcomic era, like 2007 to like 2012.
Yeah.
And 2012 even is kind of pushing it. Like 10 is kind of the real beginning of the end, I think. But yeah, it seems like webcomics like this. I think Tim Buckley is still doing. Well, he did CAD, right?
Oh god,
then,
I remember CAD.
Yeah, and then what else? Like I remember reading 8-Bit Theater. Like, I think when I was in high school, maybe.
I mean, 2009 is when I graduated high school.
Yeah, I graduated in 04. Like, maybe it wasn't that early, but I know 8-Bit Theater was around a long ass time ago,
Yeah,
and it's still apparently it's still going.
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem to be the same type of thing it used to be. And I think that's VG Cats. That was the one I was trying to think of, because that was like
Yeah.
I used to read that all the time.
Me too.
One of my PAX badges has a drawing from that guy on it.
Oh, sweet.
Shit, yeah, I haven't been to that site in like 4 years probably.
Dude, speaking of fucking CAD, I remember when most people stopped reading it.
Yeah, it was after the abortion thing.
No, it was a miscarriage.
Oh, miscarriage. Yeah, that's right.
Out of fucking nowhere.
Because that fucking that like that meme of like making a random 3-panel comic and then having that last thing as the last panel, it like still exists. People still do that. I think it's great.
Well, because it was just like, what the fuck? It's about video games, and it's like, yeah, pregnancy, woo! And then the last panel is like, oh, it's a miscarriage. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Like, I get that was like a big shock, and it pissed a lot of people off, but I thought that was a really cool way for... I don't remember if he did that because his girlfriend or wife or whatever it was in real life actually had a miscarriage, or if it was one of those things where, like, he wanted to get the point across that, like, sometimes life doesn't go the way you think it will. And that was, like, his big sucker punch way of doing that. So it was an interesting way of really subverting fan expectations. But then I think the comic kind of got up its own ass after that.
Oh, yeah.
Like, the last I heard, which was probably people talking about it on V, like, 6 months ago, apparently the main character was Ethan, right? That was his name?
Correct.
I guess he died, and then his girlfriend founded the Ethan whatever Church of Gaming, like, in his name.
Are you serious?
Apparently that's where that comic ended up. Yeah.
Oh my god. All right, hold on. Let me see. I'm looking up. The article I selected was the longest running miscarriage meme on the web.
Oh, that's awesome.
I want to know why he made it. That's what I'm actually wondering.
The miscarriage thing?
Yeah.
I know there's quotes from him about it. They're obviously very old at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember off the top of my head exactly what the context was for why he did it, but I'm pretty sure it was one of those things where, like, he just wanted to kind of shock the fans.
Yeah, no, it was 100% because he was like, let's whatever, right? Like it wasn't based off of real life.
Okay.
It looks like he did actually just do that, and it was something that apparently he wanted to do for a while. So while you were talking, I was doing some research into what you were saying. So Ethan did die in some I'm looking at this shit, and like someone just gets shot a bunch of times, and then there's like a huge portal in the background, and then it's him sobbing, thinking about his wife, and then he hits a button, and then the next frame is they're all sobbing. It's just like time goes on, they're visiting his grave, and then there's like the dedication to the fucking thing, the Church of Gaming.
So did he like erase himself from history or something? Is that what that was supposed to be?
But the next fucking comic is a My Little Pony comic.
Oh god.
What the fuck? So, with all that being said, you want to cue up that smooth jazz?
No.
Well, it's happening anyway. Listen to it.
Says who? I'm editing this.
Shit. Shit. But yeah. Thank you for listening to the Watch Talk Fun podcast. Are there any like parting notes you want to say?
First, we should probably mention what we're doing, what's coming up on the channel, because that's always fun.
Yeah. I was thinking about we should start streaming on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is if we're gonna start doing the survival horror streams, we should lay out a schedule for that.
Yeah, Tuesdays and Thursdays Twitch stream. We'll make a Watch Talk Fun Twitch channel.
Yeah.
So we can both access it. So we can both access it.
Yep.
Yeah, no, that'll be fun.
So that's hopefully going to be twitch.tv/WatchTalkFun.
Yeah, we'll post the link in the description. All right, we'll make a video tomorrow, or I mean, yesterday.
What? Yeah. Wait.
This is going up on Wednesday.
Yeah, there'll be information at
I like how we're
a date in some place.
We're announcing it after the first one.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's weird.
Oh, spooky.
Ooh, time doesn't make sense.
Ooh. So yeah, we're gonna have a lot of spoopy stuff coming up. It'll be fun.
Yeah, and we won't call it spoopy.
Why you gotta undercut me like that?
Spoopy's played out. I feel like it's run its course.
All right. So what are we calling it?
Oh,
Shit Your Pants Entertainment.
What?
I said shit your pants entertainment.
I feel like SYPE is a good acronym for something.
Shit your pants. All right, so
because it's almost like swipe, but
seep.
Seep. Yeah, kinda.
Shit your pants entertainment is seep. All right, yeah. So it's gonna be seepy this month. That sounds.
I don't even have anything to follow that up with.
That sounds really stupid. All right. Well, but I guess with that,
yeah.
Thank you for listening to the Watch Talk Fun podcast.
Go fuck yourself.
My name's Griffin.
Hold on, I'm trying to think of a good like spooky sign off.
Thank you for listening to the Watch Talk Fun podcast. My name's Griffin.
I don't know. I got nothing.
And I.
Oh, that wasn't good. I don't speak good.
Say your motherfucking name.
Is Rob. Yeah, that's my name.
And we'll see you all next week.
Bye.
Class act ending, by the way. I love it.
I really stumbled across that.